Boom. Welcome to the finale farewell show of the Wednesday night's main event. I am your host, Kelly Bullock. Tonight we have Mr. Patriot James himself tonight hanging out with us. And our honored guest down there at the bottom under us is Mr. Adam from Cat Claws Rod Holders. What's going on, fellas?
How's it going? Not too bad.
Another day of paradise.
We're sitting in the background back here before the show, sitting there talking, and it's like, look up and go, it's time for the show. We're having fun back here talking in the background.
About. I think I was doing all the talking though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I learned it.
but it's always a good time to sit there and talk. Learning from you, I mean, for all over the last 3 years, definitely has been a blessing to call you my friend.
Yes, sir.
Definitely to be able to call you and talk to you about anything.
Anything.
So it's anything. we can talk about oh gosh, you're gonna kill me. I can't even think of it in my head. The Masons.
Yep.
We've even talked about some of the stuff you've been doing on that side.
And that's something that, not to interrupt you, that's something, guys, good people out there that donate their time to help others that are good men. That's something, and I can't ask you to join. That's not who we are. All I can say is if you're a good man and you feel like you're missing something, think about it. Mm-hmm. Our main thing is charity. So anyway, back to the show. Sorry about that.
We talk about some floats. We've talked about all kinds of stuff. I mean, we've talked about all kinds of things. Yeah, we've talked about life. Yeah, really.
It's life.
It's been always been a good to have somebody that I can just call up and just go, hey, what's going on, and just vent most of the time.
I'm gonna tell you, and I miss getting in here talking with y'all guys, and I might, start doing a few pop-ups here and there, doing some lives to let people know that I'm still around and things will be coming forth. But I mean, it was an honor for you to take over my spot when Kevin no longer was using it. And
appreciate you trusting us to fill that spot.
Oh, it was to me, it was a good, it was kind of aggravating a little bit, but at the same time, I was honored to be able to fill that spot for people that didn't go to church and for people that does go to church, because Wednesday nights, usually they don't get in here till about 8:30. Mm-hmm. And some of them might get in here the last 5 minutes, and that was fine. I enjoyed it and appreciate each and every one of them that come in and use their family time just to watch the show.
Yeah.
And you the same way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So Adam, what's been going on with you? How's the rod holder business going?
It's going good. This is kind of like the first year I kind of got more serious with it. Last year was, I just had the one rod holder. I did do some boat rod holders, but during the winter last year, kind of just really slowed down. So I just kind of didn't really promote much. But then this year I was just talking to Monty on the phone before I got on here. And I mean, he was, super excited to see how well my stuff has grown this year. So it really picked up. It really picked up actually this month. Maybe it was because I had a really good sale going, but for me, it was exciting to get that stuff out there, and people are super happy about it.
It's hard to find a good rod holder for the bank. It really is, and where you have paired up with Monty with Guard Dog and able to produce a rod holder that pairs with the Guard Dog and works well with it is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the crazy thing about that whole scenario is, let me this is a newer version of it, but I mean, just this year I put a hole in the front, but it was actually for a different thing I was doing, not even like this rod holder. And all of a sudden I, got to know Monty and stuff, and the crew, the pro staff for them, and they were like, hey man, that would be perfect for the Guard Dog. So I mean, it was kind of a blessing on its own. Like it just kind of fell together, and it's been awesome ride with the Guard Dog team. And yeah, like you're saying, it's just a versatile rod holder. I mean, you can go a lot of places with it. Just the rod holder itself.
Absolutely.
I haven't really worked much on like producing much more. I do have this is just kind of like a prototype for a boat. I make similar ones like this, but I've been so busy just making the bank ones that I haven't really had time to get into that
Or
yet.
I know a boat sitting in the garage right now would be nice to have a prototype rod holder on it.
Well, I got a lot of pieces all bent up kind of for this stuff, so it's gonna happen this year. Might be a little bit more kind of late winter when I kind of get on that, and I'm hoping
Yeah.
I can get a little slow peak. I don't want to say I want a slow peak for the bank holders, but so
Yeah.
just so I can jump on some other projects.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I also kind of came out with these guys. These are on the website now. These are just you can just connect these to anything. I use these actually on my boat, similar style, just a little bit, just I hack jobbed it 2 years ago. But they just slide right into there, and you can mount it on tree stumps, and you can just slide your rod holder. I mean, sometimes going bank
You
fishing,
got
you got
a
concrete.
private dock or something with posts on it or whatever. You can.
Yeah, they work great with just like a ratchet strap too. You're just hooking, the hooks on each corner and wrapping it on there. I've tested some stuff with it. Yeah, but they work pretty good.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Get something like a motorcycle strap so you don't have to crank down on them. You just snatch them.
Yep. There you go.
Yep. So that's why I kind of went with that ratchet strap idea because a lot of people, they fish public areas. So
yeah,
I kind of recommend people not to, put, lag bolts through like a public bench or, stuff like that. So I recommend like a strap of some sort. They are pretty secure. So
yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah,
that's pretty smart.
Yeah, it actually is, especially to be able to be versatile to different scenarios. Definitely is a smart way to go to be able to push your product and say, hey, not just for in the ground. You can do a dock, you can do all kinds of places.
Yep. And then
Adam, that's just good business. Mm-hmm. That's just good business. Being able to add to the product that you brought to the market, that is just good business.
Yeah. I mean, my whole goal is really honestly to make this like just the best standalone rod holder. I use these on my boat. I don't even have like T-bars. I've made T-bars for other people with like that boat holder I kind of showed you. But I just use that bracket. I got 4 of them mounted on the back and they fit right on the step of my back of my boat. I've been using those for like 2.5 years now. They work awesome. I mean, they're not as, mobile where you can move your boat rod holders like that. But I came out with this little bracket I made. It's just a little like 3.5-inch bracket that you would just put right underneath your stem, and then you'd have that nut on top, and then your nut that you'd be screwing into like a T-bar, and you just put that between it for like guard dogs, and then just put like a carabiner, and then you can just because some people have problems like hooking your guard dog up as you're reaching over the boat. I've done it last year, almost falling in trying to get my guard dog hooked up, but now you can hook your line out there, and then you can just swivel this into your boat, hook your guard dog onto there, and then just really slack in when you turn it back, and you're all set to go, and you're all ready to go. Your dog's already out there. So
there you go. Smart. That's smart too.
This isn't on the market yet. I just cut them today, but like I was telling you, my day's been pretty rough today with the laser. I run a laser at work, so cut everything out, and then I was pulling it out of the machine, and there's a unloader that picks up everything, and then it brings it up to my table. Well, the unloader alarmed out, and we can't get it off that alarm right now. So all my parts are just trapped right now. But awesome. That'll probably be in the next 2 weeks or so, or 3 weeks.
There you go.
But yeah, that's about it for me. I'm pretty excited for the ice fishing coming up here. Still pretty warm here yet, though.
We got 14 wonderful people in the house. We got Sampy in the house. There's Bank Fishing Adventures, River Rat, Mr. Ernest in the house. Gray Wolf Outdoors, Coastal, and I know Backlash is probably in the background listening somewhere. We've got, let's see, here's Buck Williams, Mike Irvin's in the house. There's Tina Ladybug. Howdy, Miss Tina. Appreciate you coming in here. There's Monty in the house and Fish Sizzle. What's going on, Brendan? Appreciate y'all coming in here and hanging out with us on our farewell show. It's been a great 3 years running straight. It's been some awesome guests throughout the years, and a lot of information, a lot of fun time, a lot of BSing, hanging out with friends and everybody. So,
yeah, Kelly, you don't ever have to hang your head in shame for what you've done.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy for what I've accomplished in the 3 years. Come out with some good friends, a lot of information. As a lot of people know, I'm not a cat fisherman starting out with. I'm a creek fisherman, but I've learned a lot over these years. Definitely from a lot of good people, a lot of good fishermen. Definitely.
That's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. You just hosting the show. You bringing people in to learn information from them. Yeah. And I was the same way. I learned so much from other people. It's unreal.
So let's talk about that, because you've done it for a lot more years than I have. A lot of people don't understand what actually goes into these shows. And a lot of people don't realize these weekly shows are not just a pop-up shows that we just posted up. There's a lot of work behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's you can do fly-by-night shows. You can do, last on the whim or whatever shows. And sometimes they turn out great. Sometimes there'll be some of the best information brought out by just sitting and shooting the bull, because then you're not thinking.
Yeah.
And when you do that in a show, if you can sit and talk and start spitting out information without you even having to think about it, that means that has already become second nature.
Yeah.
Once it becomes second nature, that means it works, or you wouldn't still be repeating that same process. So you're spitting truth. That's when the crowd, the people in comments, the people watching, that's when, to me, they can learn the most.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then those little bitty secrets that you forget to tell somebody starts flowing freely. It ain't that you're trying to hold something back, but they're already second nature. So you probably don't even think about them. You just do a certain thing, the way you tie your knots, the way you put your hooks on your line, how far you run your leaders for a certain amount of time or a certain place.
Yeah.
Those things right there, we get in the habit of doing things. And it's the guy over here that's getting into it, that wants to learn, that is eager to learn. We forget to tell him them little bitty tricks, because we do them naturally. We just do them.
Oh, yeah.
But when you sitting and doing like me and Kelly or whatever, sometimes we talk. Next thing you know, we thought, I never even thought about doing it that way.
Nope.
And to me, that's what makes a great show. That's what these people are really in here for. Yeah, a lot of them come in just to chat and shoot the breeze with their people in comments. But there's some out there that want to learn.
Oh, yeah.
And they might be the next one that makes a Patriot float, or they might be the next one that makes the next best stand in the world, or next best float, or next best whatever for fishing. That might totally revolutionize fishing. But if you don't have a decent show bringing good information, if nothing else, just shooting a breeze about fishing, that object will never come to fruition.
Yep.
So, anybody out there that's looking to start a show or whatever, think about that. There's a lot of great information, and there's a lot of people that knows a lot more than we do.
And one of those shows is the gentleman just popped into chat.
Yeah,
Muskrat Adventures and Creo Catfishing is probably, I would say, one of the top-notch shows on YouTube right now for information right now. If you want education in catfishing, right there's the show. It absolutely is.
Yeah. I enjoy their shows. I really do. They've had some great shows. They've had some great guests on there. They've brought some great information. Come a long way.
Oh yeah, they have.
Proud to call both them my friend.
No, absolutely.
And that's stuff you'll learn. I mean, and Kelly, I know you'll miss it. I do. There for the first little bit, it was okay. I did, but I didn't miss it because I then got to the point I was tired, had other things I needed to do, just like you. And but after a while, it's the camaraderie, just like us three talking before the show started. You start building that camaraderie between guys, and I don't know. I do miss it. I'm going to have to start doing some pop-ins and saying, hey, and Adam, you can do the same thing. Just do little short lives or whatever. That builds an audience for your product and, for your YouTube channel. It depends on how far you want to push it.
I don't do too many lives. I do the guard dog stuff with their.
Right.
We just started up a guard dog, which it's a lot of work, like you're saying, a lot of work. And we got, a great crew of 9-10 people in it, and it's still a lot of work. I mean, everyone's got to do their part. But for me, I'll do lives once in a while by myself if I'm just fishing, and I don't really have a big YouTube channel. I just kind of got into this year. But I still enjoy going on live, even if a couple people pop in, I'm fishing, or sometimes I'll be in the garage welding rod holders or something. And it's fun just to have a couple people in there and just chat. And, people ask some questions about, what, material you're using or, anything. And you can kind of, people enjoy that just as much as anything else with fishing, learning about products and just anything about fishing. It's a great community with it. Everyone shares here, like all the people on here right now, just great people. It's awesome. Really privileged to be a part of it.
Well, the reason I'm saying lives like that, when you're building your rod stands or working on them, or even just sitting down, writing on a piece of paper, redesigning or whatever, pop in there live and say, hey, let your people that might be future customers get to know you, get to know who you are. And, people can read people.
Oh, yeah.
If they think you're a pecker, and they're gonna, you ain't gonna sell nothing. But if they think you truthful,
I'm learning.
Then
that's pretty much what I am. Is just I be as truthful as I can be with everything. I am learning though. I'm a little shy, but with the YouTube and just talking to a camera, but I do enjoy it, so it keeps me going with it. I love it. But yeah, I'm still learning.
So Kelly, what do you think you're gonna miss? There's Mr. Melhorn.
I know. I mean, of all people, Mr. Dieter Melhorn is in the chat today. What's up, buddy? That's another person. That's another person I can call and talk to too, because of all this community and things like that. So like, it's be able to talk to people that are been out there that I've been watching, been talking to, and I've had Dieter on twice now in the last 3 years, and the information that he's gave is awesome. And it's like
he's full of mess.
This just showed up in my suggestion. See, there you go. It just showed up. So that tells you being part of doing these lives and popping up, like James was saying, will eventually push your name out there to other people, and they'll start to get to know your product more and more, especially if you're going to push your product more and more, is getting your name out there more and more. Yep, Dale Hayslip. There's Donald Long. I thought I saw, who else did I see come in that I didn't mention? John from Small Water Charters. What's going on, John? My buddy down there in Florida.
Well,
so
I'm glad, I like I said, I was honored that you was willing to take this slot, and I think you done a good job with your shows. You brought good content. You've had fun, and that's what it's all about. When you're no longer having fun, it's time to say, well, let's find something different.
Yeah, and I'm still having fun and all that stuff, but it's that time with the family is when it gets to it.
Yep.
Look who decided to join us tonight.
What's happening?
And you can add into any of this if you've been listening.
Oh no, I literally just popped in backstage like 10 seconds ago.
We're talking about being doing these shows for all these years, what goes into it, and also what we've came out with it being like the friendships and being able just to call on somebody to talk to them just about anything.
I've told so many people that, you know, my deal of getting on YouTube was just to show off where I'm from and what we do down here. Never in a million years did I expect to make all these friends and be so close with all these people that, to be honest, I've never shook hands with before. You know, it's crazy how that's happened.
Yeah, it's you know, that's what Dieter said. It was tough. It was running a weekly show is tough.
It is.
You know, it's and that's what we. In fact, I think I got off that queue a little while ago. We was talking about that. Is that not just finding a guest, but trying to schedule what you're going to do on this show, schedule future guests and stuff like that, and getting your timing right with those. It can be tough. It can be, you know, worrisome. You know, like Creole and Muskrat, Roger, they bring good content, real good content. You can't do a show like that without doing your homework.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. And it's like I've talked to Creole, I've talked to Roger. They have backup plans. They have a list.
Oh yeah.
And that's something else that goes into these shows is if you got your guest that cancels with you, you've got to have a backup plan. If not, you're just going to end up canceling your show like the most of us do. Like I've done that before, where guest is canceling. I've just pretty much said, okay, we're just going to go ahead and not have the show because I just don't have a backup plan.
Not me. I make them look at my ugly face for an hour.
Yeah, Roger and I have done that so many times. We have this running list of probably 10 or 12 show ideas that we can do, either us two or sometimes just one of us.
Yeah, one of you. Yeah,
and you'd be surprised how often we got to pick off that list.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of it's. I think a lot of I've seen is your go-to is Google Earth Pro.
It's either Google Earth Pro stuff, mapping stuff. You'd be surprised the shows we put together that look like we planned it for a month, but it was planned 5 minutes before we went live.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
some of the best songs in the world was wrote in 5 minutes.
That's
absolutely. Right. Absolutely. Small water charter, John says, I've never had an idea, let alone a plan. Yeah. A lot of times it's usually the last 5 minutes. I've had that before. One of my guests cancel like right before the show and say, hey, I ain't gonna be able to. Something come up and like, oh, we're getting ready to go live. I'm like, I'm sitting here panicking. I'm like, oh, here, okay, what can we do today? And I'm texting people. I was like, hey, you want to be on the show? You want to be on the show? You want to hang out with us?
There we go. It works. I was trying to switch my avatar. I finally got it to work.
Oh, nice. I like that one. That's another
John
thing
Parker did for me.
Yep. That's another thing that I'd like to throw out there is big appreciated thank you to John Parker, Real Time Catfishing, for a lot of my logos, my thumbnails. Definitely, he's been a big help with a lot of my thumbnails over the years.
He's a Carolina boy too.
Yep, he's Carolina, and he doesn't want nothing for it. So that's the big thing about him. I appreciate is he does it just out of the kindness of his heart.
Yeah, he's talented too. He makes some really cool stuff. I mean, it would take me a month to try to figure out how to do that, and I promise you, it wouldn't come out right.
Yeah, and for him to be the with the way he is with his eyesight. Yeah, and to be able to pull these thumbnails out like he does, and logos and banners and everything else and pictures and stuff, he is sweetest thing ever. I mean, it's the sweetest thing ever he does.
Dieter wants to know what kind of mic you're using, Kelly. It sounds good.
I'm using a it's an FIFINE microphone.
Okay.
It's on a stand and everything.
It does have good sound.
Yeah, it's got really good sound. It's got noise cancellation already built into it. So if you walk away just about a little bit, like if I lean back here, you can't even barely hear me.
Yeah.
I got you. You got to be right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So any noise behind me coming through, there's nothing. So my wife can be outside the door and running maybe a vacuum cleaner, and you probably just barely hear it, or if not, hear it at all. So that's what I love about this thing. I actually sold one at CatCon this last year. I took one with me and sold it to a young boy there, wanting something for his gaming channel. So it just happened to be there fishing looking for fishing stuff and needed something for his gaming. So it was awesome to be able to do that for him.
That's little tricks of the trade, starting your show out.
Yeah.
I'm still basic right now. I didn't put my mic on. I meant to.
Yeah, I've got another one getting ready to head out. Double hook angling. Mr. Dave, he's got one. I've got his sitting in one, not like this one, but it's a standalone one.
Yeah.
It's got the noise cancellation. I'm getting ready to send it out to him this next week, so he'll have one. Monty, Kevin is doing good. He actually was going to be in here with us tonight, but he had his son Kyle only had tonight off from work, and they've been dying to go see the Christmas Lights of the South
Gotcha.
down in Augusta.
Gotcha.
So him and Amy Jo and Kyle are going to go see it. So he might pop in. We'll see. So he might, when he gets down there and do the lights, he might pop in and say hello and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see how he's doing.
Right.
Roger, if I find them, I'll let you know. I come across these mics every once in a while, the exact same ones, every once in a while, and I can get them pretty cheap. So they're not very expensive. I think I paid I'm gonna sell my soul on this one. I only paid $10 for this thing.
Oh wow!
This is a $60 mic, and I paid $10 for it. So, and usually I can get them for about that around about $10 to $15.
That's not bad at all.
No, and they're cheap. I love them.
I've had this one for I don't know 2.5 years. Just the old blue snowball.
Yeah, blue one. Yep.
I've had this one, and I use this one every now and then. It's a Ceramonic, directional actual.
I've got one of those. I actually goes with my ring light. I've got one of those that goes with my ring light and my phone.
Cool. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, blue.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Old reliable.
Yeah.
This is the one I'm getting for Dave.
Ooh, nice.
So it's got that studio built-in noise cancellation and everything for him. If you know that Dave does the Friday night jig or Friday morning jig and coffee, so he's been needing a nice mic. So I got him that. I've got him some earbuds coming, some jigs coming for him, and some other stuff. So he's gonna be happy, happy man.
I'm sitting here trying to click on comments. I forgot this is not my show.
Which one do you need?
No, I was just random comments like I do.
Yeah. There's fishing for whiskers going on. Del Hayslip, River Rats. Let's see.
It says, is it a USB or does it have an XLR connection?
No, it is USB.
Okay.
It uses a USB-C plug-in in the back of it.
Oh, okay.
Like the lights. I can pull it off. So it's a USB-C connector, just like your new Android phones and things like that.
Yep. That's what they're all starting to go to. Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So you just
That's pretty cool.
change lights, colors, whatever you want.
Cool.
And then the last one is that one, and it'll change itself. Not to worry about it.
It's pretty directional, though, ain't it?
What?
The mic is pretty directional.
Like
when you turned it away a little bit, we lost you a fair amount, so it's probably pretty directional.
You have to pretty much speak right into it.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing because, like I said, it's got that noise cancellation. So
yeah,
noise around you, you're good. You're hearing just that volume. Definitely, I love it.
Sounds good. And see, there again, something else. We just sitting here shooting the breeze, taking a comment.
Oh yeah,
a lot of good information to people out there that might do shows or want to do shows or want to game or whatever. They just gain some information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, for us boat guys, y'all have got to see this product. I love it. I love it.
But read Dieter's comment real quick first. He said, "We just turned a fishing show into an audio tech podcast."
Yeah.
It was not intentional. Trust me.
No.
No.
That
Oh, yeah.
boat ratchet straps. You know how we have the old style ratchet straps on the back of the boat. Some of them
Yep.
do. This takes that a little bit farther and is a lot better. So you got that old ratchet strap where you pull the cord and then you just flip that little flip on it and it tightens it up. Then you got the normal ratchet straps where you just crank, and it's like two pieces, right?
Yeah.
It's all in one now.
Yep. I've seen those.
And you bolt it to your trailer.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And all it is a button.
That's pretty freaking smart.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, you can still ratchet. You can still ratchet to tighten it back down once you pull that out. But the release is just a button. So it locks. It's not going nowhere.
That's pretty slick.
I've got a set like that on mine. I've got, it's the ones that have been out for a while. The boat buckles. Most everybody's heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a set of those on mine. Yep. I love them.
See, Monty says, got to run. Best of luck. Much respect. Enjoy the family time. Appreciate it, man. I really do. I really appreciate what you've done.
Take it easy, man.
For the community and for me, definitely. There's Lloydies from UK. What's going on, my friend?
What's happening?
What's going on?
Hi, Lloydies.
And that's
Adam, you ready to get it? You ready to start with our first one? So we're gonna go ahead and hit it off with yours.
What's that?
Okay.
I'm actually gonna. Are we doing a giveaway?
Yeah. We'll go ahead.
Yeah, I'm actually. I only because I had some truck troubles today.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I got home. Oh no, because I only got one. I said I was gonna do one. I'm gonna do two. I have a couple extras, so I'll do two of these. I only have one to show right now, but I'll probably be shipping these out after Christmas.
Okay. Are you wanting to do like two separate ones then? Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And I will show that right now. All right, guys. So Adam's going to give away two rod holders. We'll do them separately. So we'll give one away, and then we'll do another one here in a little bit. So I appreciate you coming in here and doing that for us, definitely, and hanging out with us.
Heck yeah. Yeah, and then you also get a spike as well for your rod holder. It just goes, you can install it in the middle pad, you can install it in the back pad. This is just if you fish like a really sandy or soupy areas, just a little bit extra ground hold. So you'll have that extra spike with it.
My daughter's hit me up on Messenger and everything else saying that I missed her comment.
Oh.
Hi, baby girl. Love you too. Yeah, we're getting them in there. We got 10 entries. We got 24 watching. Make sure y'all get those entries in. Hit that thumbs up
and share for this guy.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and for all those that have been on the show before, thank you very much for taking your time out, either on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, to come hang out with us, me and Kevin and everything. It's very much appreciated. I know a lot of y'all sacrificed your family time to come hang out with us for an hour to 2 hours when we do this. So definitely, hey, it's not went without some kind of a thought that and praise that we're glad you all done that for us. Definitely, it's been a wonderful 3 years.
I end up watching. I say watching, actually listening to a lot of YouTube shows.
Yep.
Basically, kind of like a podcast when I'm on the road. I'll have it played on YouTube and I'll let it run through my truck and just just listen. A lot of times nobody knows I'm there. I'm not chatting or anything. I'm on the road, but I listen to a lot of shows that way.
Oh yeah, Creole. I miss a lot of y'all shows. You think, but I'm sitting in there with my glasses off, so I can't see comments anyway. So they'll be sitting there beside me in the bed. And, sometimes I make it all the way through a show. Sometimes I don't. Okay.
Hey, there's a
But
couple
I'm giving you watch
of
time
shows that I
anyway.
might not make it all the way through. What you talking about? I know the feeling.
I still give you watch time though.
Hey,
Appreciate that, Coastal.
Hey, we appreciate it. I ain't gonna lie. Last night's show that we did with Doc, I was feeling bad. I mean, I've been fighting a sinus infection. I feel a little better today, but yesterday, man, it was. I was feeling rough. That's why I wasn't talking very much.
Yeah, I got to watch that show this morning. That's a good show.
Yeah, I was in there. I was in there watching it last night.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I love having Doc on the show.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Doc's good people, and he's a good fisherman, and it's just
absolutely
him and Roger together. Good and well, they got the stories anyway to tell.
Oh yeah, and Doc is the most humble guy. Yes. I mean, just one of the most humble guys I think I've ever talked to. I mean, just man, it's incredible, and it rubs off on you just to talk with him. You know what I mean? It really does.
Yeah, Dave's been sick too from Double Hook. I talked to him this morning, and he was still under the weather too.
There's this same little crud that's been going around. It's somewhere between a cold and the flu. And what's bad, if you don't get it out of your head, well, then it turns into a sinus infection, and then you got a whole other set of problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that bug's hitting everywhere. My family just got that not too long, maybe a week ago.
Yep.
Got people at work. I mean, that's going everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep. That's not a good thing to have when you work outside.
Where's Mr. LG Bass in the house? What's going on, Mr. Tomcat? And Shad Daddy's in the house. What's going on, Shad Daddy? Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up, guys. If you want to win a rod holders, put rod holders in, and we'll draw that here in a little bit.
So, did you sit and count up how many guests you actually had over the years, Kelly, before tonight's show?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't even. I've got well over 300 and something videos. I would have to go through and figure out how many.
Yep.
Let's see. I honestly can tell you sort of. Let me pull it up here. Because I've got playlists. I've got playlists.
It's probably easier to figure out how many you didn't have guests on than it would be how many you had guests on.
Yeah, I know.
A couple of those guests were very memorable. Very memorable for various reasons.
Yeah. We won't go into that. We won't go into that much details, but yes.
Yeah, very, very, very memorable. Some awesome guests, and and like I said, because we would do a show, they do a show. Every now and then, Roger and I were watching Kelly's show just before we would go on, and we were like, "Why didn't we think of that?"
Yeah, I remember you talking about that after the show sometimes, and going, where I talk to you, the rest of me saying, "Man, I can't believe you had such a person on." It's like, why didn't we think about that and have that person on or whatever? But one thing we tried, I've tried and tried, is to get a guest that would be able to do both shows at the same time.
Ooh,
like back to back. We had tried. Because I think we tried to do that with Chris Souders at one time.
Yeah, it's hard enough to get him
come on with our show and do a certain topic for us, then turn around and then go on to your all's right after
roll it over
with a different subject.
Oh yeah, but that's hard enough to get a person on one show, much less back to back.
Yeah.
And look, and to those that don't really know and don't do this, it's surprising how exhausting it is to get everything together mentally and to host a show with a guest and everything. Especially when the show runs long, you really got a good guest and it's rolling. It's exhausting. Like you're done after all of that. It's surprising, and if you've never done it before, it's something to experience. It's different than going live while you're fishing. It's a totally different experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
if you care about what you're bringing to people.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't care, then
Yeah, absolutely.
and you know good well, Creole and Kelly, we've had quite a few of those come and go.
Oh yeah, and that's why they don't last very long. If
Yep.
you
Yeah.
care about what you're doing, you put effort and you put your pride into it.
Yes.
It will show. It will show through. And I've told people so many times, you don't sweat it. Your audience will find you. Don't sweat it. Don't try to be like everybody else.
There
Yeah.
you go.
What's going on, Jello? Jello in the house.
Happening.
I got to see some of Jello's fish for once, and they were
Okay.
awesome.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool.
If you want to see that video, I did a spotlight on Jello.
Did. That's right.
He had some really good fish in there. So Jello is a good person. He's an awesome guy.
And in a lot of chats, I see that name in more chats than not. I put it to you like that. There's a lot.
Jello's always in the background. Always in the background.
Yeah, and look, those of us that do shows, we remember. Trust me, we know who's there. We know who's in the chats. We know who we always see. And believe it or not, when we don't see a name in chat that we're used to seeing, we notice. And it's like, I hope they're okay. I wonder what's going on. I hope it happens.
Yeah. And a lot of us at the end of the show, we're like, especially certain people that we know for a fact they don't speak during the whole show. We know they don't chat. We know by the end of the show, we're all going, and we'll always mention their names like, oh yeah, hey Jello, appreciate you coming in. And then he pops up and said, good show or whatever. We know they're in there. There's certain people we know they're always in there watching.
And you know, a lot of times if they don't have a YouTube channel, you can't see them in there anyway.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
Dave's got a good point here. Being yourself is the only way to be true to yourself, and it is. And a lot of our shows is being true to ourselves. If we're putting on this fake front for you all, trust me, it's not going to be a good show.
No,
I'll tell you right now. I don't know nowhere near the stuff for catfishing. I don't, and I'll never will. And the thing is, that's the reason why I love bringing people on that know a lot more than I do.
Yeah,
to do that for me. I can't sit here and tell you everything about and make you all think that I know everything about catfishing. I don't. I'm nowhere near it.
Look, none of us do. None of us know everything about it. That's why we're here trying to share the information, try to bring people who at least we feel know more, especially about a certain subject than we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Try to just spread the knowledge out.
Yeah.
You know, share the bait, right, James?
There you go. Share the love, share the bait.
Yeah, baby.
Bringing people in like Epic has been doing it for many years. People like Ted Ellenbecker, Doc Lang, Roger. People have been doing it for.
You cannot throw me on that list of those people. You can't do that. Come on.
Well, you bring in the side that a lot of people don't talk about is searching for that structure, searching for that stuff, especially when you bring your knowledge of, because your work is that Google Earth stuff,
right?
Is
that's
using
a lot of what I've done for
to be able to look at things. That's what you bring to the table a lot that I never thought about.
I love Google Earth, man. I just this year I finally pulled the trigger and bought a side imaging and a 9-inch screen. I just have a little GPS, Lowrance right now, but I'm gonna put that in my boat this year or coming year. But man, I would like hitting the Mississippi. There's so many back channels and so many backwaters. Like I would just sit there on my break at work for half an hour straight, just going through all the channels and then getting down on that 3D angle and just looking at all the banks, looking at logs, map all that. Then when I get out there, I hit those spots and it's like, man, it actually paid off big time. It's crazy how that can help so much.
Yep.
I figured somebody would touch that button.
Yeah.
Dieter touched that button.
Well, you always will.
I know he's going to get that emotional side out of me on this one.
Asking the tough questions. I love it here.
So how emotional will a final signing off be? So I know you've thought about it, maybe even thought about what you're planning to say. It's a big it's the end of Big Journey. I'm gonna miss doing it. I really will. Family comes first, definitely, always.
Yeah, absolutely.
My daughter's growing up. She is 11 years old. She's into a lot more stuff now. She's into cheerleading. She's into volleyball. And like today, she had practice today. She'll have games and stuff like that. So the days that I've been doing this or trying to get ready for all that stuff, I'm going to be able to spend more time with her, be able to spend more time with my wife, being able to do things. So it's going to be interesting. Transition off of not doing this every week. But like I've said before, I mean, I've still got my jig tying. So there's every once in a while I might pop on with, I've done talk with Dave from Double Hook. We might pop on and do jig tying here once in a while, but nothing planned. Eric Massey Jig Company, I might pop in with him and do a jig tying. You never know. Cause me and him got real good friends. So, but right now, biggest thing is spending time. Look at this.
Yeah. I think personally, when it's gonna get real for you, it's not gonna hit you just yet.
Next week.
I think it's gonna hit you next week. When you normally would be getting ready to go live, and like, wait a minute, I'm not.
Because usually, if I don't already have the guests planned out, usually tomorrow morning is when I start planning.
Yeah.
I usually start planning the morning of, or even today. Like this morning, I would already plan for what's going on next week. I already had called them, already texted them, if they said yes, I've already contacted John Parker for the thumbnail. I've already got everything in motion before tonight's show. So I've not done anything. So that's the thing is like, that is going to make me even worse now. There's Buddy Dustin. Dude, I hope to goodness you're feeling good, dude. I really do, man. It's been a rough week for you. Definitely. My prayers go out to you. Definitely. Definitely.
Man.
Here comes your cohort.
Lord have mercy.
What's up, Kelly?
There goes the show. There goes the show. Let me pop this up real quick here.
I come in to crash the party.
Make sure y'all hit that. I'm gonna draw for that, and then probably the next. Let's give it another 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and we'll go draw for that. So if you haven't put in for the rod holder, we're going to draw that twice. So if you haven't put in for that, make sure you put in for that. Just type in rod holders, and we'll get you a set of rod holders from Mr. Adam from Cat Claws. What's he? Dieter saying now? I think your only regret will be there are not two of you, but you're putting the one you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I see what he's saying.
Oh, I'll send it to you, Dustin.
Dieter's being all sentimental tonight.
I know, right? He's like asking the deep questions, and
I know.
He's showing his soft side.
He's making me teary eyed. That's the one thing that I thought that before the show, I was like, I'm not going to get emotional about it because it is the last show. And I joked around with my daughter upstairs because when I came down here just to get it on the computer, she's like, "You didn't give me a hug. You didn't give me a hug." So I went back up there and I started making it like I was fake crying, like, "Oh, I'm so sad." Yeah. And now, look at it.
See.
Well,
but don't worry. If it gets to that point, one of us will say something dumb, and you'll start laughing. And
I'll start laughing.
Don't worry.
That's
what we're here for.
Yeah.
Like the nightly news, you've been in families' homes.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
that's true.
You become part of their family if they come in every week.
Yeah.
They're taking time either with their family or without their family, and you've come into their homes and you give them quality product that they wanted to watch or they wouldn't watch it.
I was saying in the back of my head a lot of BS, but that's fine.
Yeah,
some good information. Look at the bed guy here, little bedfellow.
What's up, Dustin?
Hey,
what's going on, everybody?
Look at that. He could get hit by a truck and still make live streams interesting.
I know. He's
You
like,
already
it's like
figured it out.
he's made live shows almost every day now.
I know, right? Wow.
First of all, how you doing, buddy?
I'll tell you, the nurses here are fantastic, and my pain has now been managed to a point where it's not horrible. Still in a little bit of pain, but
Okay.
Are you not having to use your button too much now?
no, I've got like I said, I got a great set of nurses, and they're constantly asking how my pain is. So
Absolutely.
That's good, buddy. I'm sitting here trying to scroll back, and my computer's slower than I want it to be. Go back and see.
that always happens.
Oh yeah.
So the first chat with a muskrat was over 3 years ago.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was. I'm looking at mine right now, going all the way back down. I think I'm trying to figure out when the first show I did, which I did at the time. Mine was on Tuesday nights, and it was
Mhm.
What's in Your Tackle,
That's right. Yep,
Um,
I remember.
which was a takeoff of yours and off of Chris Outers.
Chris, Tackle Talk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
July
Oh.
21st, 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you and I started like basically like you can say January 1st of 22, right?
I think
Or
so.
21.
I don't know. I'd have to
Like
go
this-
back to it again.
This like next month will make 2 years for me and you, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Did you-
TS. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Snagging Night Live started, I think, January of this year, so we're coming up on our first year too.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's you know,
I had to scroll way back.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, you have to go way back.
James had it. OG, he was back there a long time ago.
Now you know, James, the first time I was ever live on camera on YouTube was on your show. You know that?
Yep.
You did an open mic one night, and I was working nights at that bridge in New Orleans, and I was like, I just popped up there, hard hat and everything.
Yeah. Back when I got on, it was just Catfish Weekly and me.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll go ahead and roll for this one. If you haven't got it in, get it in with 5.
Hey, Kelly.
Yep.
After this, you mind if I just say something real quick? I don't mean
Yeah.
to come up here and steal your show. I know you're doing
No,
it.
here.
Oh, no,
Let me go.
No,
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say how I can't explain how it makes me feel. All the support from everybody in the catfish community. And thank you for everything that you've all done for me and my family. Again, I can't say enough. It makes me very emotional, and it's hard to believe. So, but I just wanted to say thank you on as many shows as I can, so many people can see it. I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much from the bottom of my hearts.
You're welcome, buddy.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
Keep you in our
definitely.
prayers, buddy, and hope you a speedy recovery.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh,
Absolutely.
it ain't going to be speedy, but thank you.
All
As speedy as it can be.
Right.
There you go.
right, let's get this rolling.
And you know, speaking of lives, there for a long time, the only person I seen going live beside Catfish Weekly was Dieter going live fishing. And then I started doing some live fishing. And then YouTube changed their thing. Oh, there's Jello.
Jello won it.
Congratulations, Jello.
Yeah, we're just
Congrats.
talking about that though.
Congratulations. And Adam, how do you want him to reach out to you?
I could give him my email.
Okay.
Throw it up on the chat here.
Hey, I'm
Are
going to
you,
pop out of here.
All right, Dustin.
if you're-
You take care
Take
of
it easy,
yourself, buddy.
Dustin.
I will. Thank you all very much. Have a great evening.
Mod.
And Merry Christmas to
too, buddy.
everybody.
See you,
Get
brother.
some rest.
Yeah.
Take it easy,
Appreciate you,
Dustin.
man. Yeah, get some rest. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Alan, let me make sure here on the side.
Jeremy, I looked. It was January 11th, 2022. So
Okay.
we're coming up on 2 years. You're right.
Yep, I figured it. Yeah, because we did like a
There you go.
after the first of the year kind of thing. I remember.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Now you're blue, Adam, so you can go ahead and share your email on there now.
There we go.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, these, doing these live streams, every week, it takes a lot of commitment, a lot of discipline. I've been very fortunate
Hold
with
on a
the
second. Wrong
with,
email.
with Jeremy joining me. We've been able to, if Jeremy's running, late at work, normally is the only reason he ever misses. And if I had to take a night off for some reason, we've been able to help each other out. But outside of that, I mean, I know James and Kelly know, to be dedicated, to be at your desk or at the computer at a certain time every single week. And it doesn't seem to matter what's going on. Whatever's happening is going to happen at the time that you need to be on.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Things always hit the fan on Tuesdays. I don't know what it is. Always has to go wrong.
Yeah.
Never
Now,
fails.
Creole, you know how many times my daggum internet kicked my tail off out here in these woods, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know all too well.
But at the same time, it's for the friends that we meet, friends that we don't even get to shake hands with yet. Sooner or later, there will be a day.
Right.
It makes it all worth it. If you're bringing good, truthful information that's going to help. When you get those comments back, hey, my son caught the biggest fish of his life, and I learned that on your show.
Yeah, that's the one right there. That's the one that gets me the most is the comments you get back from people like, hey, that thing you taught me, man, that helped me a lot, and I caught fish. To me, there's nothing better than that right there.
There you go.
He's dead on. That's it.
Hey Kelly, you want to share that email out just put it up there. Make sure Jello gets it.
Yeah, it's this.
I put the first one.
Sure.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, just make sure you email him out on that one, so you can get your rod holder on that one.
What's up, Backlash? Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah,
Fishing the Dream.
So, Backlash,
Chrissy Brown's in the house. What's up, Chrissy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there she is. I missed her.
Yeah, Miss Chrissy Brown is in the house. And we'll go ahead and run for the next one, too. Since we got one already. We'll go ahead and run the next one.
Send it. I don't even remember the last time I fished on the bank, but my brother, he would.
What's up, George Ray?
Double hook angling.
Look at double hook.
There you go.
Awesome.
Double hook angler. What's up, Dave? Appreciate it, man.
Freddie's in the house. Hey, stopping in real quick. Finishing up making boards for the night. That's all he does is make boards, I think.
That's all I see him doing anymore.
I've actually got, I know Dad's not in here watching this, so I can say this. I got Dad a set of Freddie's small boards for Christmas so he can drag for Sackley in these little lakes around here.
Oh, I love that.
And Dave, email Adam at that email, buddy, and he'll get them sent out to you.
I can reach him Facebook and stuff like that. I chat with him.
Okay.
I've got my boards pre-ordered through Freddie.
Yeah.
I've got 2 sets waiting on me.
Nice. I got my original Uncle Lou ones. I need to get the boat out and get it finished. That's probably what I'm going to work on from here on out. Now that I've got some extra free time now and hanging out with family and stuff, is when I'm not with him, I'm going to be working on the boat. My 2 cents on that is I don't care what name brand board you go with. There's so many good ones, right? I'm a huge fan of Uncle Lou's. I've tried them all. Mm-hmm. Uncle Lou does outperform all the ones I've tried. Now there may be boards I haven't tried. But in my opinion, whatever board you go with, get the same one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get the same one, because what happens is you start switching boards. You get a couple of this brand, a couple of that brand. They don't all pull the same. I don't care what you do.
Nope.
Yep.
And when you're running multiple boards, you catch a fish on an outside board and you bring it in. Well, that's the board that pulls the hardest. Well, now you're trying to put it on the inside. and it's trying to run over your other boards, my tip has always been, no matter what brand company you go with, just stick with that.
Have them all matching sets.
Yep.
Yeah.
They all pull the same. They'll respond the same. Makes it so much easier on yourself when you get to the point where you're pulling, 6, 8 boards at a time. Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Yep.
Chrissy says Ernie's been doing good. Took a few steps without the walker, and got in trouble with the physical therapist today.
Well, we all know Ernie's kind of hard headed, so
he's stubborn. He's stubborn, just like Chrissy said.
Yeah.
He's stubborn. He's a stubborn donkey.
Chrissy, don't make me come down there with the Bubba knife again.
Lloydies, Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Appreciate
Merry
you.
Christmas, man. First
Appreciate
time
you always
Ernie
being
and
back there.
Ernie and Chrissy get on the boat. Ernie backs into the cutting board and runs a 11-inch blade in his butt cheek.
Ooh, I remember hearing that. I remember hearing that story.
Like 5 minutes before the live stream, he's got his pants down around his ankles, and I'm like, "Oh my god, bleeding!" They patched him up, and we did the whole live stream.
Wow.
Chrissy, she's like, I jerked his pants down.
Careful.
Behave.
And she says there's people, and she goes, there's people on the dam too.
Oh yeah, there was people everywhere. People driving by we were fishing right at the dam, and it has the highway goes across the dam. So here we are in the middle of the river with some guy with his pants around his ankles. Chrissy's trying to patch him up.
I'm sure they've seen worse. I mean,
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm making 3 sizes, getting a lot of people ordering each size, medium on the inside, large on the outside. Yeah, that's a great theory or tactic. But in my opinion, I'd rather run them all the same. I don't care if they're all medium, all large, all small, whatever they are. I would run them all the same.
That way you can swap them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can swap them and go around. Yeah.
And you know what they're going to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I may want to get some of them small ones.
I don't know how, because I know how the Uncle Lou ones I've got, they're the one size. They're always the one size. They're the large ones.
Right.
And I know how they pull out. The smaller ones, I don't know how they would react to having a bigger one out there with it too, if they pulled a little bit different. I don't know because I've never had them. So I would think having the large ones out and a medium and a small or whatever, they're going to pull different. So you're constantly going to have to finagle with them to get them to pull right.
Well, Freddy's
to keep them right.
Freddy's are very, very close to Uncle Lou's. Yeah, that's the only reason that I decided to support to Freddy and change my boards. Otherwise, I would only keep buying Uncle Lou's boards. But Freddy's are very, very similar. So I'm gonna give them a shot.
No, that's cool.
I don't even like you. Get down. Oh my.
That's Freddie. He just sent me a picture of it. That's his batch from tonight.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's nice setup. He's got some pink, some oranges, purples, yellows, light purple.
Somebody's got
black, blue. I mean, he's got all kinds of colors. I mean, it's
taste of rainbow.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I told. Yeah. When I ordered Dad's, that's what I told him. I said, "Look, I'm not particular in the color. I just want something very bright so Dad can see them real good. You know, that's the only thing I was worried about." He sent me the bright neon yellow. It'll be perfect.
Merry Christmas to you, my buddy George Ray.
Merry Christmas. Ernie Brown's in here with us now too. Thanks for joining in.
Yes.
There he is.
Yeah. My thoughts on the colors is, so I've got marbled boards from Uncle Lou, and one's green and white marble, and I think Zach has a set of blue and white marble. Not a good idea. Once they get out there about 75 feet, they pretty much disappeared. You can't hardly see them.
Yep.
And bright colors, and I tell you, he got a set of black Parks planer boards, and they do good too. And the black actually did really well because it's got a a good silhouette against the
Yeah.
backdrop. But those bright colors, in my opinion, are the way to go.
He said that's why he calls them LR boards in honor of Lee Reed, because that's kind of who that's who helped him design his. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I know that Lee Reed helped him. And,
that's right. Yeah,
I didn't know if that was public knowledge or not, so I didn't say it. But that's really cool, Freddie.
Yeah, he said it in a chat a little bit further up. That's exactly what the story is. Yeah.
So
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he
It's
put
his schematics. So it's actually his. It's pretty much the same boards basically.
Yes. Yep. And that's why
Yeah.
We got
my original set that he built me. Oh Lord, it's been 3 years now. I think that Uncle Lou had built me. I probably have the lowest mileage set of Uncle Lou boards in Texas because I don't hardly drag ever. I've maybe pulled them. I don't know, 10 miles maybe total. Maybe.
Man, we can do that in a weekend.
I know, right?
I've had mine out I think twice now, and I love them. But I've been where I've fished with other people that have them. I love them. 3+1. My biggest catfish was caught on a Uncle Lou's planer board. So I love it. I love just how it sets up.
Hey, Chrissy says, "I bet you don't," because apparently she's got a set that probably never hit the water.
Who said that?
Miss Chrissy Brown.
Oh boy.
And people don't understand, like especially those smaller boards. Bank fishermen that fish on the river, running water.
Yeah.
Planer boards can be your friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can get right on those trees.
Yep.
Right underneath them.
Yeah. And don't forget, I've heard a lot of people talk about starting to use them off the bank too.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Off that bank.
Yeah, off the bank. Especially if you got a point like wing dikes. Talk about Jerry Parker fishing them wing dikes and stuff. A way to keep that board out on the edge, on the outside edge of the current seam instead of, if it gets on the inside, it's going to get sucked around that slack current, and then you don't know where its bait's going to end up. If you get a planer board out there tugging, keeping it out there to the right, you could stay on the outside of that current seam. The only problem with that is if you lose them, they're gone.
You have no way of going get them.
Yeah.
Like I say, you're going back inside. It's 24 degrees outside. You can keep that temperature out there with you.
Buddy.
I can't say much. I'm only 6 degrees warmer than he is right now, so it's still cold.
It's actually looking to warm up here. I think I'm fishing Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Nice.
Are you going to be fishing the Brian B tournament?
No. I forgot.
You're going to do the Christmas Eve tournament?
No, Christmas Eve. We're going to go out and try to catch some crappie. And they've been tearing the crappie up, and I think catch some shad for bait, and then be ready to go first thing in the morning on Christmas. We may go live. We haven't figured it out yet. I'm not sure how camera shy she is.
She's going to find out.
She ain't never been on camera, but she's the one catching all the damn fish when we go fishing. So,
well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Freddie, I thought about that, and he's talking about from the bank run a tag line. If you do break off, have a secondary line that you could reel that board back in. And I just didn't know how messy that would get, but that's a great idea.
Yeah,
could work. A little bit of thought ahead of time. It could work.
There we go. I want to go crappie
Creo,
fishing.
You want to start with one of yours?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
In fact, I've got a rig sitting here on my desk.
Cool. You want to show that off real quick?
Yep. Now, I guess we'll announce what we're giving away. We're giving away. I guess. Yeah, we're putting the cart ahead of the horse here.
Yeah, there you go.
Giving away 6 of my pre-tied rigs. Now, whatever Kelly wants to do, if he wants to do it one giveaway with all 6, or break them up into 3.
It's up to you, however you want to do it. You're the one going to send them out. So
I figured let's do 2 sets. 2 sets of 3. Now,
okay.
This is my rig that I tie. It's a Rivercast Tackle 12-aught hook, 100-pound Andy leader line to this second swivel, 2 rattles, and then to a 3-way. This is my rig that I fish with. If this is what y'all want, that's what I'll tie.
I like it.
but
Mhm.
I do take requests. If you've got a certain style of rig that you want me to tie for you, I'll tie it. But it'll be all with River Cats tackle gear. I've got different size hooks. I've got 8s, 10s, and 12s. So whoever wins, y'all just kind of let me know what y'all want, and I'll tie it up.
I brought my crimping gear with me to the house here. I'm going to sit down and learn this stuff.
You're gonna love it, dude. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it.
I can't remember if you said, do you burn the ends, or did you
Yes.
start that and quit that, or you do kind of flare the end?
I take a lighter. I take a cigarette lighter and just barely just get it where it gets warm, and I tap it on something. Like I can tap it on my pliers to flare it out.
Yeah.
I do that on every rig.
Okay. After you've cut your tag end off, or
Yes. I even no, actually I don't. Like the way I do it is I measure my line exactly, put my crimp on, and then when it's still loose, I burn it and then just tighten everything up. I don't actually cut any tag end off of anything.
I got you.
I just measured out exactly what I need, you know.
Yes, sir.
And George Ray, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still run my channel and everything. I'm just shutting down the show on Wednesday nights. Hang out with the family, spend time with wife, spend out time with the child, things like that in the families. It's just time for a change. Definitely.
Nothing wrong with change.
Nope.
I can just send you some rigs, Roger.
I just say, I'd like to try these out.
All you gotta do is
look at
ask.
this. You're not the only one that done it. Look at this.
Oh
What?
Lord,
Danny Stone's already putting in for it too.
Danny.
why not, right? And wait, keep in mind, Danny and I are pro staff by the same company.
Hey,
No.
I can't say much. I can't say much.
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
I can't say much. That's out of my
Oh,
control.
boy.
That's upstairs. That's sitting upstairs.
What's up, Lloydies?
I even convinced Mike Greenwell to start doing the crimping thing because he won some from me last time, and he's like, "Man, you think you can tie me a few more until I get my crimping stuff?" I'm like, "You bet you I can."
Oh,
You need to get some affiliation with those crimpers.
Hey sis,
right?
what's going on?
I done sold them probably half a dozen sets already.
Yeah. I'm one of them.
There you go. Mr. Fishing Fever there says using planer boards on the bank. Use a weight that will sink but not stick to the bottom. You aren't dragging, so when you cast out, if using too heavy weight, you'll have a bow in the line underwater.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So when I'm using mine from like an anchor position, I usually put just enough weight. I think I keep it down on the bottom. You can kind of watch your board and see if your board has like a wobble to it. Your bait's off the bottom. It's
Right.
moving in the water column.
Right.
If it's sitting still, you're on the bottom. So I usually start out with a 3-ounce pencil sinker. That way, if it does want to move, it can move. And if I have to go heavier, I go heavier. But that's a great tip. That's exactly
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you
exactly
kind of do want it to, like as you're letting your board out from an anchor, you kind of want it to drag your rig backwards a little bit to keep that tension.
We got
Yep.
41 awesome people in here. Appreciate y'all. Definitely. This means a
There you
lot.
go.
Means
It's
a lot,
collector's
definitely.
item. Good grief.
We got Mike Irvin in the house. Lance McCouga. There's Dominic Hollis in the house.
You got all the cool kids in here.
I know, right?
Eric B, Mr. Reverend Eric B in the house. There's Size Matters.
What's up, buddy?
Patrick Gray's in the house. What's going on, Patrick? Appreciate you coming in. Mr. Jerry Parker's in the house. Catfishing Junkie. He said, I'm ready to see one of these when everyone got bait in the water. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Let's see.
Yeah,
Who else is
I'm getting ready to start tying all anchor rigs. You know, I've been doing all dragging all the way up until just now. And so I'm going to start sitting down and crimping up some anchor rigs.
Yep.
There you go.
Which we'll get to it here in just a little bit, and I'll pop off of this one here, screen off.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. James has got a lot of stuff that he's gonna present tonight. Some new stuff, and we're gonna talk about some of that stuff too. We're gonna talk about some ghost floats tonight, definitely.
Yeah.
Before we end this, especially his 120-hour straight light that does not burn out for 120 hours straight on one battery.
I can tell you, if you haven't started, if you suspend drift or anchor or drag, you want some ghost floats. As I'll tell you right now,
I know somebody that caught 2 fish on one float
at the same time on a live stream.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm telling you,
I tried so hard this summer to catch a shark on one. I swear they bit every rod but that one. It's like, you got to be kidding me. It'd have been so cool to catch one of them dang bull sharks on that float.
It was crazy. Dieter went out there in the ocean and caught shark left and right, and that was the only thing they would hit was the ones with the floats.
Yep.
Go figure.
I'm telling you. So I'll just give you my what I do with them. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the different ways that I've been using them, and they've been killing it for me. Is one, if I'm dragging, I got a long line out the back. I've got 250 foot of line out typically, but at 250 feet, the pitch of your line is so low that you're most likely to get hung up and snag every little thing out there. So what I'm doing is I'm casting out, I'm 20 foot of water. I put 30 foot of line out, about 10 extra foot is all I'm going to put out extra. Then I clip my float on. What that does is that keeps my line pretty vertical.
Mm-hmm.
And now I run 250 feet of line out the back. And now I've got that distance that I want, and I've got the pitch that I want, and I'm getting a lot less hangups using that float. So that's the first way I use it. Suspend drifting. We're drifting down the river. Rod suspended off the side of the boat. I'll put a Kentucky rig, and this is how we was catching 1-2 fish at a time. I'll put that float on, and I'll let it run way ahead of the boat. So we're drifting down river, but my ghost float is ahead of all of us. It gets to the fish before we do. And I don't know how many on that day, especially we was live. I don't know how many came off the ghost float opposed to all the other rods. It was insane. One float, I think we caught 17 fish, and like 11 of them come off the ghost float. Or it could have been higher than that. I don't remember.
I think it was about 11. I was watching you. I think it was about 11.
And then,
but when he caught that 2, that poor old boy, you couldn't have wiped the grin off his face with a 2 before if you wanted to. He was a happy rascal.
He wants me to autograph it and send it to him. So I don't know. We were fond of it real quick.
Yeah.
And then the last way I use it is on anchor. And I know James and I've talked about this a lot. And sitting on an anchor, you got a big log jam behind you. I'll set me up a ghost float and I'll set it, about 3-4 feet off the bottom, and I'll let it drift back into them trees. And I've got a release clip, and I'll just pop it one time. And basically what I'm doing is like a drone. I'm just lift right back into the trees, and I pop my line, and it releases, and it just drops my bait right there where I want it.
Yep.
It's you talk about precision. I mean, you're just feeding it right into now there's a good chance you might not get it back. It depends on how hard you're fishing in them trees, but actually, I don't think I've ever broke that off in that way.
But I got a couple guys that tournament fish, and I asked them one day. I said, "Hey guys," I said, "I hear y'all shout out your rods, your reels, your line, your boat, everything." I said, "But Mr. Ghost Float don't get a shout." He said, "We can't." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because we win tournaments with your floats. So we don't want our competitors to know what we're doing."
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing basically what Roger was saying, putting his 2 long lines out first. And then what they're doing is bumping. They'll start their bumping run, but you also got 2 more rods out here fishing for you at the same time while you're bumping.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. And they're just wait, like Roger said, once they get in the current and they pull tight, then you can start your drift.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they come out, but Roger, these new ones, I've got my thing shut down right now, my website, and it'll be coming back up probably by the first of the year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got all new lights in. They take nothing but 1, 20, 32, little coin battery. That's all.
Awesome.
Creo, do you want to show off that that rig real quick?
Oh yeah, go
we
ahead.
had one of the guys that's in the chat that's wanting
Yeah,
to know
Patrick.
what rig
Yeah,
you are.
that's one of my team members. Yeah, if that's what you want, I will tie you some of my Creole rigs, 3-way, 100-pound
That's a
end.
good rig.
Yeah, that's a really nice rig.
Set of rattles with another barrel swivel, and then the leader to a River Cat tackle circle hook. If that's the rigs y'all want, that's what I will tie.
I like it.
But if you want me to tie something, well, I say tie, really, it's crimping. Ain't much tying going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want something different? I will do something different.
Yep.
So you have an
Up
option.
Cincinnati Cat. Appreciate you coming in here. We got 37 wonderful people in here. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you put hashtag rig in for one of those rigs.
Of course, there's 22
And we're doing
people in
two sets of 3.
Yeah, 2 sets of
Mhm.
3.
Two sets
That
of 3,
rig
so-
has pretty much won me, except for bumping. That rig has won me pretty much every YouTube tournament I've ever won. Has been with that. That's just my rig. That's what I tie. That's what I do, and it works for that fast water. It works.
Mm-hmm.
I like that secondary swivel there, right up from the hook.
Yeah,
I like
that's my way of, when the fast current, you got to have something else, and that's my way of keeping my rattles off of my hook.
Yeah,
giving it that gap. I don't like them rattles up against that hook.
I know you've seen me use the airline tubing. I put a 4-inch piece of airline tubing above my hook to keep everything away from it. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
And really, my bumping rig, it's still the same rig, except my leaders are longer, and I have a sinker dropper. You know, the positions are swapped, and my sinker dropper coming, but the basic hook leader looks the same, except it's just a little longer is all. Still the same rig.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So Buck Williams, he's reminding everybody, hit the like button tonight.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's run it up for Kelly tonight. Show him some love.
Appreciate it.
There
Appreciate
you
it.
go.
Yeah,
There
it's
you
gonna.
go.
Still thinking what I'm gonna do next week.
Take a nap.
Yeah,
Anything. You can do anything you want.
You can do anything you want. Yeah, there you go.
but I know one thing I'm gonna be doing: more of these.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be making more of these. Definitely. I'm gonna spend a lot of time doing these.
I am so
Back
tempted to get into jig tying, but I am scared to death that I'm going to get caught up in that stuff, and I can't afford another hobby.
I'm with you on that one. My checkbook cannot take another hobby.
I think it'd be cheaper for me just to go buy some off these guys are hand tying them because
That's what
thank goodness, Double Hook Angling has hooked me up with, I mean, a ton of jig heads and material that he has sent me. I do appreciate him definitely. It's
That's
been,
awesome.
and I've been fishing a lot with them, and now being able to make my own and be able to get out there in the creeks is definitely a blessing. To be able to catch fish with my own stuff.
Yeah.
That's what
that's
it's all about.
satisfying right there.
Yeah, it is absolutely. And it's like each one of the stuff that everybody makes, like James with his Patriot floats and Adam with his rod holders and you with the rigs you're making is being able to catch something with what you've made or seeing people catch with what you made is always is that that best feeling ever.
And knowing that you brought them a product that you put pride into, you didn't go with cheap, you didn't cut corners. You're actually bringing a product that you use yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the best part about
it is a cat rig, but it doesn't have to be, depending on what hook you put on it and something like that. I mean, I kind of did it that's what I catfish with, but it doesn't have to be, whatever.
You caught shark on it, ain't you?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, that rig has. Now, when I know there's sharks in the area, I will switch to my 150-pound Andy.
Right.
Thicker leader to be able to, they tolerate that a little bit better. They don't cut it quite as easy.
Right. Roger, what's your go-to rig under the float?
Under the float, usually a Kentucky rig.
Yeah.
Yep. Usually the Kentucky rig, high-low rig, depends on where you're from. That's
what I thought you'd say.
on the bottom of that, I usually run a dragon sinker.
Yeah.
So if
That's
it
the
does,
preferred rig, from what
Yep.
I understand. Unless you're just sitting in slack water, most people just go with just a plain Carolina rig. But I like the Kentucky rig. Of course, I like them both. I'm a Carolina boy. Just don't put the Santee rig on it. Use plain Carolina. Don't
See,
put the float on it.
you don't need a float on the float.
Yeah.
See, my daughter's already making plans for next week.
There you go.
Game night with her. So
There you go.
so I'm actually end up going live next week, but going live with my daughter playing video games.
Well, there
So,
you go.
There you go.
Hey, you never know,
You
because
never know.
that's something we've been doing on Sunday. So we might just on a Wednesday just be hanging out and playing games with her. So
These kids want to play board games every night.
she's into video games. She loves sitting on the Xbox playing. So that's what we've been doing on Sunday on my gaming channel. Is we've been playing video games, and
Cool.
we've been doing a live every Sunday. So we
Good
might
deal.
be doing a live on Wednesday playing.
Mm.
So we'll
You
see.
never know.
Spending time with her. You can hear her in chat. She'll be live with me talking.
I remember that segment we did when we had the word of the week, and we tried to
Yeah.
stump her with.
Yeah, yeah.
That was fun.
Oh yeah. Well, we can
Kelly,
do that
you've had-
tonight. We can do that tonight if you all want to. We can do a
We've-
word tonight. Have
Kelly,
her
you've
come down
had-
here real quick.
You've had some really cool ideas, man, and I got to give
appreciate
you
it.
props on the guests that you pulled into your show over the
Yep.
time that you've been doing this.
I appreciate it.
I got to be honest with you. You know, I was like, man, he's got Dieter Melhorn. He's got. I mean, he went out and pulled all the big guns. I'm like,
Yep.
dang, man, Kelly goes after everybody. And I was like, and I just got to give it to you, man. It's impressive watching, you know, the thoughts and the different ideas and things you come up with over the years, and you know,
The one that I loved talking to, and it's now I keep up with them too, is Chaos Divers.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
keep up with them a lot. They do excellent work, bringing closure to people that's lost loved ones.
Yeah.
So they're working on one right now. They did find his vehicle, but they've not found him yet.
Gotcha.
They did get the okay to drain the pond right now, so that's going to be a big plus. So they're waiting on weather and stuff, and they're going to hopefully be able to bring closure to that family. Definitely,
Cool.
they've got one step closer to it, so hopefully they'll get to finish it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been excellent.
What's up, Dominic? Yeah, great comment there from Double Hook Angling. Says to your daughter, thanks for sharing your dad with us for his last few years.
Yep.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. Yep, and speaking of my daughter, she is right here with me now.
I tell you,
She's already going. How do I look? She's making sure that she looks okay.
I can tell you that all of us on here, whether, you know, Adam, I know you say you don't do many live streams or nothing, but without the support of our family,
Absolutely.
you know, understanding what our passion is and how much it means to us to sit down and talk and share, and, you know, without their support, none of us would be able to do this. You know, it caused problems after a while, and you just wouldn't be able to do it anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I consider us all very fortunate to have family members and spouses and significant others that truly understand the desire and the love that we have for the sport. And like James said earlier, it's the camaraderie, you know.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And the networking is just unreal, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I have met James and shook his hand and hugged his neck. Kelly, I haven't met Kelly, have I?
Yeah, we CatCon this year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
CatCon we got to meet for the first time this year. Definitely.
I'm thinking about fishing. We need to do some fishing.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
we
got a
do.
lot of people across this country I'd love to get up and go fish with.
Yeah, Jeremy's on my list to get down there and fish with. And
Here's a star of my show all the time.
There you go. Should be.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she is. She is.
so
You're fine.
But yeah, the dedication is not just you; it's your family too.
Yes.
It's the people that watch you. Their dedication to watch that show. It's you know, as long as you don't take people for granted, your show will keep going right along. And even when you do take that time away, people's going to say, you know, I wonder what Kelly's doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm just a message away, a phone call away. I'm not far away at all. I mean, if you don't see me in a chat or something, holler at me. I'm usually James. No, I'm on the road most of all the time. So
Yep.
hey, there's days that I'm on the road 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours a day. Give me a call. I love to have somebody just to chit chat while I'm sitting there driving.
Well, he can't guarantee he's going to have a good signal
No.
in some of those places.
Yeah. I'm driving through the mountains of Tennessee and everything, and going back roads and stuff to some of my stores. So there's few spots, but I'll tell you, hey, I'm getting ready to lose service. I'll call you right back.
Yep.
And Creoles know that too, because I've talked to him a few times going through Tennessee and going,
Yep.
I'm getting ready to lose you. Or he'll like, Kelly, are you there? You there?
Yep. And I do the same thing, because a lot of times traveling for work, I'm following that river road, and it's sketchy. Like, hey, all right, you got 5 minutes before I lose you.
Yep.
You know.
All right.
Yep.
Give you 5 seconds. Everybody put this in. We'll go ahead and draw this first set.
And Lloydie's, yes, you can cast the heck out of these rigs. Trust me, I can spool a spin squall if I want to with these rigs. They'll cast just fine.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and draw the first set of 3.
Send it.
Send it.
Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie
with FOA Customs and Gear. What's going on, Freddie?
Well, he
got
got
it
it
just
just
in
time too, didn't he?
Congrats.
Last second, he got in there. There you go.
I think
Freddie.
he was already in there. I think he was just making sure, but I'm pretty sure I remember him putting it in there earlier.
He might have. I'll get a hold to you, Freddie. That's cool.
It's like this
That's
right
awesome.
here. Like Dave says, yep, I'll be talking to Kelly, and then nothing.
Yep, nothing.
And then
Yeah,
nothing.
Freddie said just in time.
Yeah, buddy. That's awesome. Freddie does a lot for the community, and,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
gives away lots of stuff and helps a lot of people out. So
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
cool when we see Freddie get something back.
Yeah, it does. I mean, but you have to. It's something you enjoy do. If you make a product, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're gonna lose some money on it. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. I couldn't tell you how many giveaways of floats that I've done, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, to me, this is free advertisement for me.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
No, it ain't free, but paid advertisement. They use your
Yeah.
product, and somebody gonna say, "Hey, man, what is that? Where'd you get that?"
All right. We'll go do it for the last time. Word of the week. So this is a portion of the show that we were doing there for a while. It's a word of the week. So it's a word that we normally don't. It's not a normal word, but it pertains to our everyday life. It'd be fishing, it'd be anything, but it's not a normal word that we normally use. So if you've got a word, type it in chat, and then my daughter will look it up and give you the meaning.
Oh,
So
We've
boy.
had some interesting ones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
I
really
remember when I
have
was
some.
on it, I had some.
We've
cool
had
ones.
some. We've had some like stumpers. Like never heard that, but then we get the meaning. Like, oh, okay. Everybody knows what flabbergasted means.
Yeah. Come on, Danny.
Ooh, ooh. She's even getting on Danny.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh my.
No,
That's an
gotta be-
oldie.
yeah. It's an
Freddie,
oldie.
I got that picture, by the way, of your
Yeah.
run tonight, man. That's
Oldie but a good.
that's a lot of good looking boards.
Mm-hmm. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Lordy's like chillaxing.
Relaxing.
I can give you the meaning of that. Sitting down, relaxing, watching your phone
Yeah, there you go.
with popcorn.
With popcorn. Yeah. Has anybody got anything? What Freddie say he's doing? He said I'm giving away close to $10,000 in stuff this year.
I believe that.
Don't tell the wife how much though. She might be getting.
Yeah. Don't.
Well, I hope she's not in here listening. That's
Yeah,
that's
no
the only
kidding.
thing. Oh, there we go.
Secret's out now.
There's my buddy Lee from First Floor Audio.
Here
Cool.
we go. I got you one.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You want to do that one?
Sure.
And then we'll do Rogers next. We'll do two of them tonight. And
There you go.
don't forget, we will do a special spotlight tonight video, courtesy of Kevin from K&B. So he did, without
Awesome.
being here tonight, he did leave us a nice little video compilation video
There you go.
of all our spotlights tonight. that we've had.
Wow.
So
Ooh, I've got one more
That's
shot.
cool.
That means I can have use your phone.
Yeah, if you still want to do those, we'll let you put those together for our show.
yeah,
Yep,
I'll do them. Definitely, I'll do them. That's one thing that I put on my community thing was that if everybody wanted me to keep on doing the spotlights, I don't care to do it. It don't take long to do them. I just need to get the photos in, and I can put the videos together in no time.
They're nice. They're well done. I like them.
It only takes me about 10, 15 minutes or so, maybe up to 30 minutes to get a video together. And I mean, I can do that when they're not here on the days that they're not here. So ain't no big deal. What'd you get?
Nothing.
Oh, your phone died? Her phone died. Her
Fail.
phone died. All right, let's do that one real quick. And then we'll let you get back into that one.
Gobbledygook.
All right, so she's going to do first floor audio leads first and then do yours.
Okay. Deriving ideas, style, or taste from a broad and diverse range of sources.
That's
I like
way
that one.
complicated for me.
I like that one.
See, I seen Roger's eyes kind of glaze over.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like,
To me, that sounds like
That was one of those.
gob-
that was one of those.
yeah.
well, to me, that's a gobbledygook right there. James knows what it means.
Yep.
I thought I had some weird words.
Yep. I gotta make sure I spell it right.
Oh yeah, you don't want to misspell it. It's hard to know what to pop up.
Gobbledygook.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Okay. It's a lot.
And that
Just-
was this one.
Just kind of give like the first sentence of it. That way you don't have to read all that.
Well, I kind of have like a.
Let's read it.
Okay. Language that is meaningless or is made unintelligently by excessive use of abstress technical terms,
Nonsense.
which is nonsense, or what my friend used to call pig Latin.
That's pretty much it right there.
Oh,
That's our whole show, Roger.
yeah, that's your
Yeah,
whole show.
Our whole show right there. We need to read
It's a word. It's a word used to describe when somebody's using really complicated words to describe something you don't understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
It's a bunch of gobbledygook.
Which is pretty much anything I talk about on the show.
There you go.
Hey fellas, I'm going to have to pop out of here. I said I'll only be a couple minutes, and
Yep. Well, before you go, we'll go ahead and do that that video package real quick. That
Okay.
Kevin, because I want everybody to be able to make sure they see it.
Okay,
So,
sounds good to
Let
me.
me roll that beautiful beam footage.
I know you.
Merry
did
Christmas,
for us.
Roger.
What's that, buddy?
I said Merry Christmas, buddy, to you and your family.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep.
That's well
Appreciate Kevin from K&B Anglers for setting that video up. That is from all the spotlights that we've done from the beginning. So appreciate that. And like I said, I'll keep it up if everybody wants me to do it. And then Roger and Creo, if you want something like that for your all show and you want me to do that, that's what I'll do. I'll create them for your all show. You just let me know.
Be careful what you just
I
did.
don't care. It'd be my way to give back. It'd be my way to give back. Definitely.
Cool, man. That's awesome. Those are really good, man.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed those. Well, I'm going to jump out of here, guys. I want to wish everybody a safe and happy holiday. Merry Christmas to you. And
Appreciate it.
we'll see you next Tuesday night again.
Yep.
I might be live on Christmas Day. I don't know yet. If I could talk her into it, but we'll see.
Yep.
Okay.
And don't forget to everybody check out Roger and Creo on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m.
Thank you, brother.
Later,
All right,
brother.
guys. You behave. I'm out.
Take her easy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Behave, he says. Never.
Never.
Ain't happening.
My old tail ain't far from behind him, Mr. Bullock.
What? Going out of here?
Yeah.
Oh, I
We got
know.
one more set of
late.
rings.
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Oh, we ain't through yet either.
Oh, no, I know. All right, you ready? We're going to do that second drawing. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, let's do it for another
All right,
another set of rings.
hashtag rig. If you have already put it in, you're in. If you haven't put it in, it'll be hashtag rig. RIG. Hashtag RIG. So we'll get that. We'll spin that in 5
Yeah.
seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom.
I hear you.
Mr. Dale Hayslip.
All right, Dale.
There you go, Dale.
I may have Dale on Facebook. If I do, hit me on Messenger. If I don't, Creole Catfishing at yahoo.com.
There you go.
Send me an email and we'll chat a bit, see what kind of rig you want me to build for you. And I'll send you a set of 3 or whatever you want.
Appreciate Mr. Dink over Stink Catfishing right there for a Merry Christmas and God bless $5 super chat. Appreciate that, buddy. That means a lot. Definitely does.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. All righty. Let's talk about ghost floats. Let's talk
Anyway,
about
those. My site's been down for about 2 months now, simply because I changed lights and I had to wait on lights to come in, and I didn't want to let the old ones go out. Simple as that. The new lights that come in, design, they use a 2032 coin battery now instead of the 3 little bitty hearing aid batteries. And the lights last 120 hours straight without pulling the battery out of it.
Wow.
One battery. And tonight I'm going to give a set of the new floats away. I'm running a new clip on the bottom, a quick, easy clip. And all you got to do is open it up, take the battery out of it, stick the battery in it. Uh-oh, that's red. Wasn't it supposed to be green? Wait a minute. Let me turn it around here. Now it's green.
Yep.
These floats come with a 2-colored LED.
That is cool.
So where y'all was talking about planter boards pulling off one side and off the other on your show the last night, Creole.
That's right.
You can do the floats the same way. You get 2 green floats, turn one red, one green, drop them out the back of your boat, long lining, dragging them, and there you go. That's your set.
So if you ever
there's a
wanted
lot
to
of
do
new
an
gadgets come. Go ahead.
So if you ever wanted to do an impression of a 5-wide barge at night, red, green, you're good to go. Everybody think you're a barge. Get out of your way.
Yep.
There you
go. But yeah, these are the mediums. Basically the same float, all but just a few changes. The light and the clip. I went with a different clip. This the easy on sinker slides, and the lights 30 times brighter, guys. They last you a long time. But there's other things that's going to be coming out when the website comes up. I got some, I've always had large, medium, small, and the tinies.
Right.
But also going to be coming out with the micros.
Ooh.
It's the same thing as for like crappie fishing, brim fishing. But what a neat thing is, you also, Creole, you're some old school. Do you ever remember catfishing and hanging a bobber in between the eyes on your rod to watch the bite?
Actually, no, that's a new one on me.
Done it for years for those subtle bites. You just take and put a bobber in between the eyes on your rod and pull it down, pull a little bit of slack down.
I see what you're talking about.
And then you can see those subtle bites. Well, now you got a nighttime bobber to watch the light.
That's cool.
So
like
there's
that.
a few other things.
We talked about that too, with that one using it as a subtle bite, but we also talked about, what did we talk about using that little bitty one for? Creek fishing.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And for those that don't know, the 2032 battery that he's using in all his floats now, it's a very common battery. You can find them everywhere. That's actually the same battery that goes in 99.9% of your key fobs for your vehicles.
Yep.
It's the same battery. They're available everywhere.
Yep.
And plus, for the past 3 years since I've been building these floats, people's asked me to build jugs or noodles for jug fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kept putting it off. Well, with my new lights now, just a jug, but now you got a light on top. You just unscrew it. It's slipping. I ain't got this in glued. So, and put your battery in it. And I'll be releasing these too. You can run it a red or a green, depending on what you want to do with the battery. And now you got a jug.
That is cool.
Got a light on top.
Awesome.
Instead of having to put the fluorescent tape around it. So there you go. But that's just some new products, and there's a few more. So don't be surprised at what's coming out. But yeah, line us up, Kelly, and let them go for a set of medium floats.
Go.
But now, guys, these won't go out till after the first of the year. I want to let you know that. Lights just come in 2 weeks ago. I waited 3 months on my lights to get here. So it is what it is.
There you go. Ghost float. Hashtag ghost float.
Well, they're doing that, Kelly, but I want to thank you for stepping up, filling this spot on a Wednesday night. I think you've done a great job. Kudos to you. Kudos to you, Carole and Muskrat. Y'all done a great job on y'all's shows. Keep up the good work, guys. And Kelly, I know you've enjoyed it.
Yep.
It's time to take time with your family. It's time to get on with life.
Yep.
But don't be a stranger.
Oh, I won't. I'll be back. I'll be in chats. Definitely. I'll be hollering at everybody. I'm still gonna contact everybody, call everybody that I usually always do. So
usually if I get a chance to, if I got a lot of times I'm coming down on country roads, I might, if I get a chance, I'll stop and say, hey, let everybody know I'm watching, but then I'm on the road hauling tail.
Yeah.
I'm like Creole, so.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've tried the whole like the voice to text to put a message in chat. Let me tell you something. Voice to text does not like my accent very much, and weird things.
I'm not that far away from you either. So they don't like mine either.
No, that voice to text does not understand Cajun.
There's a lot of times I speak into it, it won't write a thing. Like it's like I ain't typing that out. It's like, forget you.
It just ain't happening.
Yeah. I got 34 wonderful people in here. Make sure y'all put that hashtag in for anybody can use these. Trust me, anybody can use these for anything.
Yep. We found out this summer that large ghost float will float a live 18-inch mullet. And they pull hard. They pull really, really hard. It'll float them. We missed a big fish, and it's on that float, on that big live mullet, and it was completely my fault. Huge alligator gar we had. I should have picked up my lines. I should have followed him down the river and gave him some time on that hook. I got excited. I got impatient. I had him on the line for probably a minute, and he kicked that hook. I like to cried. It would have been over 6 foot. It'd have been a big one.
Dang right.
Like, oh man.
Now, was you using it with the dragon clips on there?
No, I was using it just with your standard clips that you had on it.
Yeah, these are for dragging, drifting, or positioning, like Roger was saying. So these will be sold under the dragon floats with these.
We were actually bumping, but I had that float way out in front of me. And look, that mullet, he'd pull that float back and forth like that, just all dragging that float all over the place. And finally, he just stopped. It's like, and then went down and just started taking off. I said, "There he is." And impatient. I got impatient. It happened.
Yeah, it's hard not to when you got to bait that freaking long on it.
Yeah, because I put that on there and said, whatever bites that has got to be real big, and that's the way those alligators are. You got to give them a lot of time, and I just didn't. Yeah. My fault.
Shout out to Miss Kennedy. Missy Kennedy.
Well, Kelly, I had fun coming up here on panel. I'm honored, very honored to be part of the last show. Yep. I'm gonna get on out of here, and I got a very rowdy 11-year-old to help put to bed, apparently, because I can hear him over there in the next room.
I would say I would trade, but I like my calm one. I like my calm 11-year-old.
No,
I like my calm 11-year-old. She's calm. She's probably, I think she's probably getting ready to lay down in her bed right now.
Hi.
What's going on, buddy?
It's good.
But James Adams, it was good seeing y'all. Good night, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Appreciate you, Creo.
God bless, and hey, bon péché as always, brothers.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
man.
Yeah, I gotta get some of them floats. I don't drag baits. Typically I'm fishing small rivers, so it's not the best ideal spot to drag, but I do go up to like Lake Mendota with Catfish Crappie Mark and that crew, and they do a lot of drag, and I guess it depends on like the weed level or how high the weeds are. The last 2 years there's been no weeds there, so, and it's only like 3 sometimes 2 feet where you're fishing, but they've been doing awesome dragging, so I need to figure it out. I've been trying to study a little bit of doing that stuff with the boards and stuff like that, but I just been sticking.
Even if you're anchoring, just using those ghost floats, just popping them down there. If you're fishing in 2 or 3 feet, just drop them, just drop it just enough underneath the water.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Keep that bait up off that muddy bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And small river fishing, you fishing off the bank, go ahead and put your other 2 rods out, and then take that one, put like a dragon setup on it with a dragon weight on the bottom, a Kentucky rig, 2-hook rig or single hook rig, but you weight on the bottom, a dragon weight. And then what you do, you take that thing and you throw it way up river. And then you allow that float to bump it down the river while your other rods are out.
Awesome.
And I got a couple guys that do good with that. I think Stan does that a few times.
Yeah. Yep.
But
you said your
gadget's going to be coming out.
You're bringing the website back up beginning of January here?
Yes. We got some changes to make on there, and a few things to add, a few things to take away, a few things to change, like the other colors, the orange and the pinks and stuff. They will be coming out like once a year. Orange, maybe Halloween. The pink will come out during Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Awesome.
So it's I'm going to go back to mainly just the green. That's the biggest seller.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Plus, I didn't show you, Kelly, and I'll show it a quick.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we talked about it.
No more.
Yep.
Just a few little surprises coming out. But
And it's like we was talking earlier to Adam about adding and different things adding to his rod holders. It's smart business for you. It's definitely because now you're with the rattles, and for the smaller ones or whatever, you are catering to different types of fishermen now. You're adding stuff to each type of fisherman. Instead of just catfishing, you're going after guys for crappie. You're going after guys that do the jug fishing. I mean, it's that branching out smart business.
Where these are, like I said, you can use them as a floater, hang them between your reels. Now I'm getting into the carp fisherman's world because they do a lot of that. Because those carp are picking up that bait, and they can see them working around that bait down underneath the bottom.
Yep.
So, that's what you have to look out. Think outside that box. Don't be scared of it. No. Think outside of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So did everybody get rolled in?
We got 26 people in. Make sure you all get those. And you're just giving away the one set of medium, right?
Right.
So I want to make sure. So one set of medium green floats. So make sure you get that hashtag in there. So we're going to draw that. And I'm going to say 10. So make sure everybody got it in.
Yeah, it's I just got figured out which glue I was using today.
Yeah. 5.
Yeah.
4.
I went through over $100 worth of different glues to figure out with these new lights. The glue I'd relied on for years no longer was working.
Yep.
So things change. LG Bass, there you go.
There you go, Mr. Tom from LG Bass. Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations, buddy. Just contact me now. Just send me a message. It will be after the first year before I release these out to anybody. I got another one of Kelly's subscribers that's waiting on a set of them too. So y'all will be some of the first floats to go out.
Yep.
Thank you for watching Kelly's show tonight, my friend. Thank you.
Yep. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us for the finale farewell show. Definitely appreciate the last 3 years of everybody hanging out. Make me feel welcome into the community. Definitely. This won't be goodbye forever. No. I'll still be in the shows, hanging out with everybody. I'll still be doing my live fishing and stuff like that from the creeks or from my boat this next year, definitely, when I get it back up and running. But I do appreciate everybody. Definitely. Don't be a stranger in others. Make sure y'all go support Roger and Creo. Definitely go support them. Double Hook on Friday mornings on his jig and coffee mornings. Go watch him tie up jigs and stuff, and he does giveaways every once in a while. Definitely. You got Guard Dog on Sunday nights. Definitely. So watch them. But yeah, definitely go out and watch everybody and just give them your support like you've done me for the last 3 years.
Yep.
So
don't forget, just go fish.
Yeah. Yep.
Just
go wet a line. Go wet a line.
Share the love.
Yep. Don't matter if you ain't taking nothing but a cane pole, just go fish.
Yep. As James always says, go share the bait.
Yep. Share the love, share the bait.
Yep.
Well, Kelly, God bless you and your family. I hope y'all have, Adam, I hope you and your family have a Merry Christmas and take care of yourself. And don't be surprised you see old Patriot J start popping up doing a few surprise
we'll
lives.
See each other around. You'll be seeing me on your website when it pops back up.
Okay. And I got the Facebook page too with the floats and, with Patriot Patriot Catfishers, of course. But
okay.
We're guys, Kelly.
Yeah, we'll get connected.
We'll call. We'll talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been up since 4:30, and 4:30 comes early in the morning. So, guys, we're gonna say good night. I enjoyed it. Missed all y'all in chat, but don't be surprised. We'll be popping back up. Kelly, give me a call.
I will.
All right, take
Appreciate
care.
You.
We'll see y'all guys.
All right.
See you, James.